We begin with breaking news. Police were involved in a shooting tonight in Northeast Portland. This is a live look at the scene near 78th and Mason. This started as an investigation into a suspicious person about 9:15 tonight. The neighbors tell us they heard several shots. So far, we only know that no police officers were hurt. We don't know yet if anyone else was hit or how badly they may have been hurt. We are working to get more information, and we'll keep you updated as soon as we learn more. Thank you for joining us. I'm Laurel Porter. And now to the bizarre case of an Airbnb guest accused of shooting his host. New court documents give a clue as to what may have led up to this. Alma McCarty joins us in the newsroom with more. Alma?
Laurel, those court documents revealing a pretty strained relationship between the suspect and the victim. In the documents, the victim's boyfriend explains to investigators that KGW Let was renting a room in the basement. They'd been trying to get him to leave, planning to serve him with an eviction notice, after they say Let made some vague threats about having a gun.
This block of Northeast Grand Avenue was flooded with police lights Wednesday night after officers responded to a shooting call at a home. Outside, they found the victim, an adult woman, shot in the chest. As paramedics rushed her to the hospital with life-threatening injuries, officers learned the suspect was alone inside the house. 21-year-old KGW Let finally surrendered after negotiating with officers, and detectives seized this 9mm handgun. Court documents say Let had been staying in a room in the rental home for several months. The homeowner reports having problems with him, and it was when she went downstairs to talk to him that he allegedly fired several shots through the door.
Your Honor, 615 line 1, last of Let.
On Friday, Let was arraigned.
Assault in the first degree, unlawful use of a weapon, attempted murder in the second degree.
Court documents show Let had been couch surfing for the last couple of years, staying in Portland for the past 3 months. He has no priors nor other pending cases.
This is a person that is unpredictable.
The victim's boyfriend remotely addressed the court.
I do not believe he can be released because he literally did this for no reason. I was at his door. I asked him if I could have the camera back that he stole, and after that he opened fire on me and my girlfriend, hitting my girl.
He told the judge his girlfriend remains in the hospital, alive, but in his words, in pretty bad shape. The suspect will stay behind bars, with the judge denying bail.
Now, following this shooting, Airbnb issued a statement which reads in part, "We are horrified by the gun violence and deeply relieved that our host is in recovery. This guest has been banned from Airbnb as we continue to investigate." Laurel.
Thank you, Alma. To get you caught up on tonight's other headlines, a violent fugitive is on the run after escaping from a prison camp in Oregon. 38-year-old Andrew Kristovich escaped from custody in Sheridan last week, but U.S. Marshals just put out a notice about it tonight. Kristovich is accused of fleeing to an acquaintance's home in Clark County, attacking and raping them before stealing their debit card, phone, and car. He has several tattoos on both of his arms and has ties to Snohomish County, Washington, so maybe in that area. Police are also looking for the gunman involved in a deadly shooting at the Embassy Suites in Tigard earlier today. 2 men were found dead there about 1:30 this morning. At this point, it's too early to tell if they were guests at the hotel. If you have information about the case, contact Tigard Police. And today, a man was also found dead near a hotel on the South Waterfront in Portland. The body was in a car outside the Residence Inn River Place. Investigators on the scene were focused on 2 vehicles, one with at least 6 bullet holes in it. So far, there's no word on any arrests or a motive. Check out this wild scene caught on camera in Oregon City. A suspected drunk driver slammed into almost a dozen vehicles. And just when you thought the damage couldn't get any worse, he kept on going. Here's Christelle Kumwe to explain how a driver trying to park a truck caused an incredible amount of damage.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
Julia and others parked at Southridge Shopping Center in Oregon City could never have anticipated what happened here Thursday night.
Some random guy was just hitting all the cars with the big truck.
Oregon City Police released this video on social media. It shows the white work truck hit a parked vehicle before going into reverse and hitting at least 2 more vehicles. The truck is then seen speeding away and crashing into 2 more vehicles before jumping the sidewalk and coming to a stop. In total, police say 11 cars were hit, including Julia's, who works at a restaurant in the shopping center.
It was damaged like on the back, the front, and the side.
And it was a pretty normal day. And then out of nowhere, there was just a big loud thud, and there was a Kia right about there, missing rims and its wheels.
Quinn McGinnis was working at Napa Auto Parts. He heard the commotion and saw the truck ramming into vehicles.
And when the car came down this way after it did some maneuvers, it came down, hit it, and it basically shoved that Kia. I saw the guy in the truck for a moment, like once I came out to initially see what happened.
Police say the driver of the truck also damaged 2 businesses. He was cited for DUI and reckless driving and taken to the hospital with injuries. No one else was injured. A relief for Julia and others who witnessed the rampage.
Thank God, because there's always people here going in and out of the the restaurants, and I'm glad that nobody got hurt. Yeah, it could have been a tragedy.
It sure could have been. That was Christelle Kumwe reporting. Police have not given us the identity of the driver. The Clackamas County District Attorney's Office is handling the criminal case. As for Julia, her car is now in the shop and she's not sure when she'll get it back. A shocking murder out of Gresham is getting national attention tonight. It was 6 years ago. A woman was found stabbed dozens of times in her home. Tonight, Dateline featured the story of Annie Hester, her fight to try to survive, and the mystery that shrouded the case.
One of the things that haunts me about this case is just the level of pain that Annie had to endure for 3.5 hours. And still, Annie has the wherewithal to fight for herself, call 911, and give out the information to get law enforcement there.
We got a chance to talk with Dateline correspondent Josh Mankiewicz before the episode, and we asked him what it was about this case that made him want to investigate further.
Well, one of the fascinating things about this case was, how many potential suspects there were. A lot of times it's pretty clear who committed the murder. In this case, it was not. And getting from that starting point to the finish line involved some significant work and some significant luck. Gresham detectives did a great job.
It turned out Annie's ex-husband's new wife was responsible for the murder. She was arrested in 2017 and was sentenced to life in prison 3 years later. Leaders at a Portland synagogue are reacting today to recent vandalism. Someone shattered a large window at Congregation Shir Tikva on Northeast Sandy. Employees say a man cased the building before breaking the window with his elbow.
I don't know what restitution looks like, but it would be really great if there was some education for this individual and some restitution on behalf of the communities that get harmed and are frightened.
Detectives believe the man also tried to torch the Muslim Community Center of Portland Tuesday night with people inside. Security cameras captured someone pouring accelerant and lighting it on fire, causing minor damage. If you recognize the man, call Portland police.